opening.
Okay.
So, cheers. Yeah, this is the one I love.
Love this wine.
Love, love, love.
Yes, I don't like white wines.
Love, love this one.
So this is a Reina, and I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is out of Argentina. So we're doing a little South American tonight.
Argentina.
And, we are live for the first 5 minutes to kind of give you guys a little taste of Argentina, and then we will be filming the rest of this for our September vlog. So for those of people who are out there on live, you're gonna have to come back to watch the other 2 wines that we're going to be doing, plus a cocktail.
Exactly.
Because
Ooh.
we don't do a little bit here, we blow it.
If we're gonna drink, we're just gonna sip it all.
And food. We
And
always
we
have
are
food.
Don't forget about you.
We have a secret recipe that we don't want to talk about right now, but we do, and it's looking really good and smelling so amazing. So, talk about Torrontés out of Argentina. So you were wondering what it is. It's a Torrontés. It's kind of like the white, if you will, of Argentina.
I already like the name.
I know.
It sounds so classy.
Right?
Torontos.
You just see some guy, Torrontés.
I don't always drink white wine, but when I do.
But when I do.
So it's...
I love it.
we had already?
Not enough.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's Friday, right? It's Friday, isn't it?
It's Friday, somewhere. So yeah, we were talking about earlier, it has a lovely little picture of the mountain, because actually this Torrontés is grown on saute, which is the very top of the mountain, or close to the top of the mountain. It has a lot of like sandy soil, so it helps the Torrontés grapes really absorb the water that they need and the nutrients.
I didn't even know grapes could be grown on a mountaintop.
Exactly, and I'm gonna
Learning
blow your mind
something new.
again. You ready?
Uh-oh, I'm ready.
Ready? Okay. This is something that they call pergola style vineyards. So for those people who do not know what that is, and most of us do not, it's the way that they slant the vines up in order to, it's just a way for them to capture more sun and get that morning sun, but not to get overburnt or and also to get the shade in and going. So it's get the air rather and the airflow. So just kind of something different that they do. The flavors that we are experiencing. You were saying there's a nice floral on the back end.
Yeah, it's an interesting wine. You smell it and you swirl it, and it's floral, but then you think, it's not so much, and then you get the first taste that's really lemony.
Yes.
Really lemony, and then it turns into this gorgeous floral thing happening on the end. Not in a flowery, icky kind of way, just in a really botanical
way. Exactly, where you get kind of a nice, like you were saying, like an herbal type. Yeah, in a nice, soft, pleasant way. What do you think you paired with this? What kind of food do we have?
See, because I was thinking this is going to be something like seafood. It's going to be a great like cold salad, something like that.
Yeah, I mean seafood here is a given.
Yeah.
Like a shrimp scampi. That sounds good.
That wine is a nice surprise.
Though it could also go with salmon.
Absolutely.
Any type of thing you're doing any type of citrus on, for sure. Besides, pasta, but you can have, even not just seafood, but chicken.
Right, and sometimes I like to cook with white wine, and I mean, I don't know about you, but a little bit in the pot, a little bit in the cup.
That was Julia Child's
great
line.
Yes.
A little bit for the chef, a little bit for the pot.
Absolutely. A little bit for the pot. More for the chef.
So what does this guy retail for?
This is, I want to say around that $15 mark. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That is.
Yeah, I mean, and you really, for a really good, fantastic white like this, that's a pretty good steal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people who are wanting to try this, you can go out and buy it locally. I know that there's a few stores that are out of stock right now, but hopefully next week it'll be back. But and you can also go to your store and request it because it's so delicious.
This would be a great Labor Day wine, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Still good and hot in September, and this is lovely and refreshing.
It's a good boat wine.
Ooh. Rosé again.
We're still in Chile. Well, we're in Chile, whereas we were in Argentina a few minutes ago.
Cross the border. That was fast.
Cross the border. This is Boya, and you kind of don't know how you're going to say it because it looks, the name looks like Booyah. It's Boya. This is something that they vineyard is overlooking the Pacific Ocean, so you know, it's getting all those coastal breezes off of it, and it just kind of really gives you that coastal feel. So even though we're getting out of summer a little, you still have that rosé season, and rosé season can last through the holidays because you can have it with turkey.
Yes.
And it's become its own category. It's like saying you have too many reds.
It really has become its own category. It's extremely trendy, and I feel like everywhere I go, someone's like, "What's your rosé?" So it's like it's a whole conversation in its own.
Right, and there is dry rosé, sweet rosé. This one to me is a very crisp, kind of almost a little bit of a tartness.
Yes, it definitely
I like it because it falls in between. I really don't like anything too sweet because I'm notorious for getting headaches instantly. But I like this one. It's like the perfect balance.
But it's not so dry that you're going...
Right, I have had reds where I'm like, excuse me, and I start getting a lisp.
The water a little bit,
But it's funny, I think rosés in this country have been associated with that, was it that red, not the red, the white
Zinfandel, yes.
I'll hear people come into our bar downstairs all the time, and you know, we'll present them with the rosé option, and they say, I don't like sweet. I'm like, okay, trust me, we are not serving a sweet rosé here. But I think, it's a very versatile varietal.
Right.
But unfortunately, it got this bad rap.
It definitely does.
White Zin.
Because when I think, used to think rosé, I would think, too sweet.
Well, because
too sweet, Moscato.
The Zinfandel grape in its natural grape is a sweeter form of grape.
Right.
But then after you do whatever you're going to do with it, that's how it can take on either a little sweetness or it can be a little drier if you put it in oak, etc. So in a white Zin, they're pretty much just pulling it out, after a couple hours with the skins, it's going to be a little sweeter. So that's just its natural state. But when you're using, this is Grenache and Syrah, and Syrah is a drier
Syrah.
So cheers. Cheers. You know what, I have to read because now I'm thinking it was Grenache and Pinot Noir, and now I'm going to correct myself. It's Grenache and Pinot Noir. And I love a rosé made out of Pinot Noir, so.
Right.
All right, are we ready to go on to the big stuff?
Yes, I have something yummy to pair with our next wine.
All right,
tell us.
Let's down these and let's get the red in the glass.
Okay.
All right.
Don't have to tell me twice.
All right. All right, so we are moving on to the star. This is also from Chile. This is a Carménère, but some people say, well, Carménère is not a sweeter grape, kind of like a Zinfandel.
I like the smell.
Put this puppy in an oak barrel and...
I was about to say it smells smoky.
And lots of like cherries.
Yeah.
I really like this. A lot.
Yes.
It has like a peppery smell.
Yeah, is that what it is?
A peppery
Taste.
Not at all.
There's a
I like pepper.
little
I do
spice,
too.
but I wouldn't say pepper.
Yeah.
It's the smell. The smell throws you off, but
It
the
does.
flavor is
So
really good.
It's ultra smooth too. It is just elegant.
Yes.
Wow.
I agree with you.
this.
It's like silk.
It really
So is it the oak that's why I'm getting that
Smokiness.
semi-smoke? Yeah. I like that. Kind of reminds me of fall and bourbon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. That would be trouble for me.
That is trouble for
There's
me.
only four glasses.
good trouble, though.
Four
Good
glasses
trouble.
in a bottle. There's no way that cork would be going back in the bottle. Just saying.
You've seen the wine glasses though that hold an entire bottle.
Yum. I love those. They get me.
What is it? Bad day, no okay day, bad day. Or something.
And it's like the full. I've also seen those, here's some pro-life tips. Did you know an entire bottle of wine fits into a venti Starbucks cup?
Does it really?
You're welcome, people. You're welcome. I'm here to give you facts.
Put it on the lid.
Just drive on down the. No.
Go to your kid's soccer game. Just kidding.
A Zoom meeting,
We all are stuck at home, so it's not a bad idea.
So I think my whole point today for these wines, because a lot of people think Argentina and they go Melback, or they think South American and they go, oh, Chile, they just have those, cheap little wines. I don't really like that. That's not the truth.
It's a lie,
I
right?
mean, these are some fantastic wines. They're a great price point and they're amazing. And we have, actually this Carménère, if you go on their website, I believe they have recipes that you can pair with it, and Gwen took and Gwenized one.
I did.
Gwenized, I love that.
is polenta that we baked off. Ooh. Nice and crispy, actually. And then I sauteed some mushrooms with some shallots, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I flamed it with some brandy and salt and pepper and a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano and fresh thyme. So let's see how it works.
You're just incredible already. The description alone, are you kidding me?
It's pretty too, isn't it?
I was watching her make it and it was like, oh my God, I have to have it now. It smelled so good.
It's actually really easy to make.
It was
wow.
Pretty easy. She did it really fast.
Yum. Mm-hmm. Crazy fact, I'm not a fan of mushrooms and this is phenomenal.
Yay!
I love it. Oh my gosh. One thing I learned from my older brother is he always forced me to try foods again and again, even if I didn't like it. Because he's like, your taste buds change, you have to do it. And let me tell you, there was a 13-year difference. So if I didn't do it, he was a lot older than me. So
So he sat on you.
Oh yeah.
Forced it down your throat.
Absolutely.
Older brothers do.
But this is phenomenal.
This is yummy. And it really works because the mushrooms have this earthiness to them.
Oh my God.
But it's an elegance to this dish, even though it's a bit rustic. I mean, there's nothing fancy about cornmeal baked off. There's nothing fancy about mushrooms. There's nothing fancy about Parmesan cheese. But you combine them in a beautiful way and serve them with this really
fancy.
lovely
She
wine.
says there's nothing fancy, but
Right?
she's over here with the mushrooms were on fire, and she's
Hold
all
on.
like,
And a block of Parmesan, not just Parmesan, but a block of Parmesan.
Yeah, like you do.
She's like
buy it in a
casual.
block? I mean,
Right,
come on.
absolutely.
Be buying it in a block. Buy it don't buy that pre-shredded junk.
Yeah.
Don't get her started, please.
Don't get me started. I can go my
Pre-shredded
soapbox about
cheese.
cheese. Pre-shredded cheese.
I'm pretty sure she's going to be protesting outside of Kraft any day now.
Just don't do it. So this wine, tell me, Nikki, you said it's a good price point, the Carménère. What are we looking at? Ish, around about.
I'm not really sure.
Because I'm going to buy a case of it.
I'm thinking it's
same.
around 20.
20 is ridiculously good. But you're
Especially
right.
the smokiness.
Yeah. You just, we did a class recently on Old World, New World, but you don't think of these kinds of great wines coming out of South America.
Well, you know what's interesting? A lot of the winemakers have said these are old families, similar like they are in Italy and France. I mean, they've been there for years. They actually started in Spain, and when they came over, they brought their grapes from Spain, and a lot of them, that's how the wineries got started. And I mean, this is old generation, and it is, I mean, there's a lot of old world wines, and they're delicious.
So I guess we have to go. We gotta go now.
All right.
For now, it'll be a virtual one.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's virtual.
Soon enough.
So
Yum.
I hate to move on, but I know Gwen, or I know Brooke, you, the other blonde. No, I'm just kidding.
This is what happens when we drink this much wine.
I know.
And now we're gonna add liquor.
Yep.
So on that note,
Yeah.
as I place my delicious dish aside and not trip over this cord,
I'm gonna
keep eating while you do that.
keep eating because I'm going to take you through a fantastic cocktail. If you go back in time a little bit, Tom Collins was very big cocktail, but normally they don't add lavender, and lavender is something I personally love. It's very refreshing to me. Lavender also soothes. Hey, it de-stresses you. So liquor and lavender combined, oh, let me tell you, I'm practically, and it's a medicine. So call me a doctor, right?
Are you using fresh lavender, Brooke, or are you using like an extract?
So actually what I do is I get dried lavender petals and I make a simple syrup. So I do equal parts sugar, water, boiled stovetop, and then I throw in probably a tablespoon or two of dried lavender petals, and I let it boil for about 15-20 minutes. Your house will smell amazing. Amazing. So I'm muddling 2 lemon slices per cocktail.
Okay.
Of course, when we're at No Time to Cook, we serve for a crowd, so you might be sitting at home, but I have people sitting next to me, and if I don't give them a proper cocktail, it's just rude.
So kids, if you're watching, if you're doing your math, for 3 of us, that would be 6 slices.
8, what? Just kidding. So,
Kids, if you're doing math with your mom and you're at home, have her make one of these. Good way
She'll
to do
forget
it.
about your homework, all right?
And she'll love you more. So there's two ways you can do this. You can add a sugar rim if you'd like, totally optional. At home, this is super simple. You can dip it in water. That's no fun though. Or you can take the lemon slice, pre-muddling, and you can run it around the rim and you can dip it on in. Do you guys like sugar rims is the question. Okay.
Not much for salt rims.
I'm not much for salt.
Me neither.
I like a good sugar rim.
I can agree with
A
that.
bunch of salt.
We get enough salt in my diet.
Right?
Yeah, I'm only gonna bloat from it, so I'd prefer sugar.
Right.
Because sugar's healthier.
It is. It's
Let's
proven.
go with that, yeah.
It's proven somewhere.
I like to lie to myself. Okay, today we're going to be using Green Hat Gin. This is actually based out of DC. Fun fact, they throw bottling parties. I'm sure during Corona they are not. However, once this all passes and we move on with our lives, you can show up to their distillery and help bottle all of their gin, which I think is pretty cool.
Fun.
That's something that is on my to-do list. So maybe we'll have to bring WineThyme there. Okay. WineThyme to a gin place. What?
Gin distillery.
We're going to be doing 2 ounces of gin.
Again, this is 3 drinks, so.
Well, and
But
again,
no
As I'm
judgment.
doing
It's your
6.
house, do what you want.
and again, if your mom is teaching you, she's going to need 3 pours for 1 drink.
That's right. This is just for mom. This is one cocktail if you're mom.
I'm thinking this is a whole homeschooler, for this,
New series.
this is for the parents.
Oh my goodness. That is one thing I learned. I got older of age, obviously, and I always gift my parents booze.
Yeah.
Along with other things. I'm like, I love you. Here's wine. Or here's Grand Marnier plus a gift, because I know you dealt with me. And they are grateful. Okay, so this recipe, just to run it back real quick, we did the lemon right around the rim, dipped it in sugar for a nice touch. That's if you like it, totally optional. I muddled 2 lemons. I used 2 ounces of gin of your choice. Of course, we do like to support local if we can, so DC. You can get this in most liquor stores, actually. And then I did 2 ounces of lavender simple syrup. Of course, we don't like warm drinks. Hopefully this is full. We'll see. You're gonna splash some.
Yeah. That's why chefs wear jackets.
Right? One day this will happen. It's just gonna go whoosh, and we're gonna keep going.
That would be alcohol abuse.
I'm telling you. All right. I wish in our virtual classes, and people, if this does get stuck, of course my hands
And it will.
dry as it is currently. Wow, we're human. Who knew?
Peel back the veil. You can see. Aha.
Oh, okay. You knock it on the side of any countertop. And by the way, do not knock the glass. If you've had a lot of cocktails, just leave it stuck. It'll come undone surely. You do not want to break that glass and ruin your drinks. So like you saw, I knocked it on the side here, and then we are going to pour, of course. All right. Nice color. It comes out slightly yellow, which is dangerous in itself.
Yeah, because you think it's like water. It's like lemonade.
It's lemonade.
And it does kind of taste like a lavender lemonade. Are you guys gin fans?
Yes. Yes,
No,
I am.
gin is
Thank
something
you.
I've come across in my classes that not everybody likes.
You're
That's
right.
a difficult one.
You're
That and
right.
Tequila takes a certain crowd.
Yeah. So, I'll have a question next.
Cheers.
Nummy, nummy.
It's good.
Yes.
It's not too much. It's not too floral. And the thing is I have had some questions. You can make this cocktail traditionally, which would be regular simple syrup.
No.
But I like lavender.
Lavender, yeah.
Lavender lemonade is a huge cocktail. You could also switch it to vodka if you don't like gin. There you go.
Bouge it up.
Absolutely.
Lavender, simple
If you
syrup.
want to garnish it with some lavender petals, treat yourself. But I don't like it in my teeth.
So, Tom Collins, is that what you said? This is a...
Yes.
So, technically, like classically, what is in a Tom
I
Collins?
want to say, okay, off the top of my head, if Tom Collins, I'm thinking is correct, should just be gin, lemon, simple syrup.
Oh, okay. That was like all the rage when when I was a kid and my parents would go out. They would
It's
have
'cause
Tom.
they're-
My mother would have a Tom Collins.
It's like
Yeah.
not vodka, but it's like an adult lemonade.
Adult lemonade. Yeah.
exactly what it
I
is.
love it. It's delicious.
So those are the days when you see the pictures now, and every single person had a cigarette, and there was a kid
Yeah.
next to them, and they were drinking, and yep.
They were picking up drinks through the
drink in one
drive-thru.
hand, and a cigarette in the other.
Yep.
But I'm not
Don't
driving.
drink and drive. We weren't advising that.
Never.
Never
Never,
advising
never. All right. Well, this was fun.
Yes.
3 great wines, a ridiculously yummy cocktail, passable food.
Oh, stop. The food was unreal.
Actually, I'm eyeballing the mushrooms over there.
Gwen takes something
There are a few
so
left.
simple and she just...
Gwenizes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
Bougie.
share the recipe
Goes up a couple notch.
We'll share the recipe with you guys for this. You can make it at home.
Yes.
We made the polenta here and actually had it and defrosted it, but you can buy. You don't have to make your own polenta. You can literally buy it already made and slice it. And
Is it
warm
easy
up.
to make? Pretty.
It's so easy, and
Okay.
it's yeah. Polenta is the kind of the Italianized version of grits.
Oh.
Baked off.
Okay.
And so you know you give it a nice Italian sort of nomenclature, and then you can charge 4 times more for it. So
Oh, we
it's
love
essentially
that.
just-
We love it.
cornmeal and water and
Or you can
cooked
also,
and
for those at home, you have polenta, and then you get to sound like you're like, wow, I just made a quick polenta.
Yeah, exactly.
For you.
Do you hear that, folks? A quick polenta.
That's right.
Upcharge, upcharge. They're on to
But
us.
I guess until we see you next,
Until we
we're
see-
going to suggest that you
Like. Oh!
Subscribe.
No, share, okay? We're like bookends.
Thank you. We'll see you in October.
Cheers.
Bye guys.